and welcome. This is RSG Podcast episode 7? 8?
8, sir. 8.
Yeah.
God, we just talked about this.
I know. Already halfway through Season 2. That's crazy. But with me, as always, we have Mr. Roby Watson.
Hello.
Mr. Nathan Connor.
Hello.
And 2 special guests today. We have Apawcalypse.
Hello.
And Fiona.
Hello.
They are popular on Twitch, and they play games, and they stream games such as Hearthstone and various, I guess, whatever game you feel like playing. Is that correct?
Pretty much.
Yep. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and jump right in. We've got some news out of North Korea. Kind of want to talk. I don't really know that much about it because no one really knows that much about it, but apparently there was rumors going around for a while that Kim Jong-un was deposed because of the leader of his military council was in South Korea for talks. Well, you can't see the air quotes I did. I really should get a camera. But, yeah. But later it came out that he just twisted his ankle and that he's fine. So the great leader is fine.
No. Listen, everyone's like, where's Kim Jong-un? Where's the great leader? And North Korea goes, it's cool, dude. It's cool. It's fine. It's fine, guys.
Right. It's cool.
It's cool. It's all right.
He's just making sure we all still thought about him.
He's like, nobody likes me. I'm just going to disappear to see if the world still loves me.
But they thought it was kind of odd because he missed several very big events that happened in North Korea, like the Asian Athletes Games, as well as I think they have an Independence Festival that they do. Which I don't really know that much about North Korean history, but
Independence Festival?
Which seems ironic, right?
Right, yeah. But yeah.
I feel like I should read more about this.
Right. Yeah. There's various articles I'll post up about it. It's kind of interesting to read. It's kind of funny. The world was kind of freaking out about North Korea for a minute, which is strange. But
I think my favorite article coming out of North Korea was North Korea's self-report on what was it? Self-report on I think human rights. And their self-report, and by their standards, they're doing pretty good. They're doing all right.
Children with cataracts and less than normal average height is where you want to be. Yeah. But no, it's good.
Starving your population.
Right. Look, that's the only way to maintain control. Okay.
I don't think that's the only way, man.
Well, maybe only is not the best way to put it, but it definitely is a way to do it.
Seems to be working.
Right. Can't fault them for efficiency.
Oh, it's true. Stop freaking out about Ebola, people. It's not that big a deal. Calm down. I just want to add that little blurb in there.
It's going to destroy the world.
Right.
We're all going to die from Ebola.
Listen, that guy died. Just saying.
Which sucks. That really sucks. Don't get me wrong. That's a rough way to go out. Actually,
I read a statistic, everyone here who hears me say I read a statistic, please understand that...
You're lying?
I got this from Reddit. I have no idea how accurate this statistic is, but 58% of Americans want us to close off our borders
right.
to Ebola-infected countries. And I'm like,
I saw that, yeah.
Our own border, then? But, you know what I wonder? Listen, statistics are weird to me, because every time I read one, I'm like, nobody asked me.
Yeah.
No one asked me what I thought.
Well, it's because they like to just run around and pick out the people. I don't know if you ever watched the Jaywalk on Jay Leno, where he would ask the most random people the random questions, but he would make sure to get the people that you knew would always have the best answers.
How did he know that you had to? Did he just read their mind?
Oh, that's all. Dude, he edits it out, bro.
Oh,
I'm sure he has a whole bunch of people and edits for the good ones.
I'm pretty sure that chin of his could read minds. Just saying.
It's a possibility. It's a thought receptor.
Yeah.
So an extra plug-in made.
Right.
When they made him when they 3D printed the Jay Leno model of the Dick Clark original bot.
Right. All right. As far as game news goes, there's not a whole lot out going on right now as far as actual news, but Alien Isolation released recently.
Yes.
It looks fantastic. There's a lot of people playing it. playing it. It's getting a lot of play on Twitch. It's getting a lot of play just all over the place. Getting great reviews. Great reviews.
People are really loving what they're putting down.
Yeah. And not that those can be trusted.
Now, it's getting such good review just because it's actually good, or because Colonial Marines was so bad and this is not awful that it gets rave reviews?
Well, that's not outside the realm.
Has our standard been adjusted down
I'm
for Alien games?
I'm going to go with it's probably getting great reviews because I think it's really being judged on, at least from the reviews I've read, it's being judged on it being a survival horror game, and there haven't been that many good ones lately, and that weren't indie, though that's something else to be discussed entirely.
What was that game? Was it not Fatal Frame? I think it was a...
Dude, Fatal Frame scared the crap out of me. It's one of the few games that scared me.
One where you had to kill the ghost with your camera?
That was Fatal Frame.
Oh, man, yeah, that game was creepy.
Yeah, it was very creepy.
But what have you guys heard, Fiona or Apocalypse, in regards to Alien Isolation? Have you got to get that much into it?
Yeah, I was watching some people stream it last night, and it looked really awesome. I'm really just psyched to play it. I'm going to pick it up pretty soon, I think.
Wait.
Are you gonna play it in the dark, or are you gonna play it with lights on?
Of course.
Oh my god.
I'm probably gonna have a light on because I'm scared.
We know you're scared of the dark. Cool.
I believe, and I don't. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the Xbox One, I believe, can stream automatically to Twitch, right? So you can stream that, right?
Yeah, I can. I can jump on. I can sign into the Twitch account for RSG. Oh, by the way, we have a streaming account at Twitch now. But yeah, I can jump on and play some when I get it.
Wow, we are so forward-thinking and progressive.
We are in touch with the digital age.
Oh, don't say that. I'm still trying to figure out Facebook.
Dude, Facebook is yesterday. Go back to LO. We're all on it.
Right. Hello, gosh.
Man,
be progressive.
Sorry.
Oh.
But also recently released was Shadows of Mordor, also getting rave reviews. I haven't really seen much on this yet. Is it really?
I've been watching it.
Oh,
yeah? What do you think, Dan?
It looks interesting. It looks a little bit complicated for my amateur gaming status, but I think if I could learn it, I would enjoy it. There's a lot of story to it, though.
Well, I love that. I'm a huge fan of lore and story, but I really want to know about this. I can't remember what they call it. It's a system where you have like an arch nemesis of some type. But I guess he gets more powerful the better you play or something. You know what? I don't know details, so I'm talking out of my butt right now. Everybody, don't listen to me. But
yeah, your character apparently gets more powerful the more you play, and you learn you learn new skills. I don't know. It's interesting. I've watched it a couple of times.
I just want to mind control people. I saw him mind controlling people. That was cool.
Oh yeah, he can mind control. And then once you use your certain ability a couple of times, then you get another ability that you can use. But then it goes away until you do the other one a couple of times. It's interesting. There seems to be a lot of rules.
Interesting. Like you use...
So it's sort of like a combo system.
Yeah.
Right.
Sort of.
Right.
That's kind of cool, actually. Well, the whole idea of like just mind controlling people, that just takes me back to being a scumbag priest in Hearthstone, which is where I love that. I love that stuff.
I really need to get more into that game.
You need to get into a lot of games, sir.
I know. I like to say I'm busy, but that's not really true. I'm just kind of lazy.
You're sitting in the chair reading a magazine. What are you doing? I'm busy.
Catching up.
This is where getting bored. Okay.
What are you reading over there? Good housekeeping? What are you doing?
Look, what I do in my private
okay,
time.
that's a bad example, I think.
Really?
We know Ryan doesn't read. He's probably watching TV.
It's true. I have to listen to my news.
I have to listen to. I need to be told what I think.
Of course, this Shadows of Mordor is also jumping in. Forbes has got an article right now called "Middle Earth: Shadows of Mordor paid branding deals should have hashtag Gamergate up in arms." So can't escape this Gamergate, man.
I just wish they would let this die. I like how this Gamergate is lasting longer than the peaceful protests in Hong Kong did. That's
Right.
just, man, it's terrible. It's a terrible state of things. Just die. Just go away. Go away.
Well, the internet is a constant in constant recycle mode because they're trying to produce content like 24/7, 365. So they're gonna always tap into something if they can. Real people get tired and have to go home.
I guess that's kind of our fault. I mean, I'm not helping because I'm just rapidly reading Reddit or whatever, and if there's nothing for me to read or play, I'm bored.
Yeah.
No, I get you.
Fix it.
I feel you
Fix
on
it,
the same
internet.
page.
Yeah,
Right.
internet, fix this.
Fix this, internet. Entertain me. Yeah, it's terrible. I'm just a terrible consumer.
Well, stop reading stuff about Gamergate and maybe they'll stop printing it. If
That's
HuffPo quits
Ryan.
getting enough hit, they'll
That's
stop
all
doing
Ryan.
it.
That's all Ryan. I'm not.
Damn it,
Yeah, I'm on
Ryan.
it right now. You know what? I think I might post this on the Facebook page. How do you guys feel about that?
I'm alright with it in the end. I'll survive.
Gosh. All right. Well, I think that's it for the news. I'd like to get into the meat and potatoes, if you will, of our podcast tonight. We invited
Potatoes.
mostly potatoes.
Yeah, time's apart. I'm just kidding.
I don't even know.
Why is
that-
it?
what-
Why is
what
it
is that-
mostly potatoes?
What does that even mean?
I don't know. I'm just
I need to know.
throwing it out there. It's nothing, man. Just let it ride. It has no meaning. It's just an attempt at humor.
All right then. But we invited Fiona and Apawcalypse to join us specifically because they are streamers and they are in the public eye, and we talk a lot about feminism and sexism in this podcast, and it's kind of been a sausage fest up till now, just a bunch of dudes.
It's true.
So we're hoping to get some perspective on this whole situation. What we don't see, what is really the issue. What really bothers females in games, and what is sort of just not something that you necessarily need to concern yourself with. But I guess let's start off first by letting the both of you introduce yourselves. Fiona, why don't you go first there? Just tell us, I guess, a little bit about how you started gaming, when you got into Twitch, why you got into Twitch.
Okay, so I'm Fiona, and I started streaming on Twitch a few months ago. I started playing Hearthstone pretty regularly for maybe a month or two, and then one of my friends who plays a lot of different games introduced me to Twitch and said, oh, this is a great way to watch games and learn games. I was really interested in playing D3 and Path of Exile and stuff, and so I started watching, and then I thought it would be fun to try streaming.
Now, was Hearthstone like the first game you've really played, or did you kind of play a lot when you were younger and maybe took a break from it and came back to it, or?
I played a lot of console games when I was younger, like Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and Sega. I played those games a lot, and then as far as PC games, I really got addicted to Sims. I played the first Sims, I played Sims 2, Sims 3, and now I have Sims 4. So I was really addicted to Sims for a while, and then I started playing Hearthstone, Path of Exile a little bit. I played a little bit of World of Warcraft, and now D3 is my favorite.
Understandable. I love D3 as well.
Yeah, you're addicted.
I really
you
am.
to play, man. It punishes you to play.
It doesn't anymore. You need to play since the updates.
It's
Okay.
so fun.
You need to quit talking about punish you to play. You have no idea, son.
True, I was not an EverQuest immigrant, so.
Right. And
That's
I don't
like,
even know what you're talking about. Punish you to play.
but all right, Apawcalypse, how about yourself?
Okay, well, I'm Apocalypse or Apaw, whatever you want to call me. I also just started streaming on Twitch just a few months ago. I was really into gaming when I was a kid. and played a lot and took kind of a break from it when I got older just because I was busy with school and other things. Although I did get back into it for a bit when I was in college, just playing games with friends, and I played WoW for a while. But just recently I decided to try out Hearthstone because, I don't know, I had a little bit of free time and just wanted to get back into it. And I've watched streams for a while too, so I had already been kind of into Twitch and thought it might be fun to try streaming myself, so decided to just give it a shot and see what happened, and it went really well, so I've been doing it for a few months now.
Did any of you watch Twitch when it was still Justin TV?
I did not.
No, I didn't.
Ha! I'm so OG. No. Well, I guess I want to start off a little bit about some of the pre-Twitch days, because I think that's I grew up probably in a slightly different generation than both of you, and back in my day, but back when I was younger, I mean, it was not cool to be a nerd. It was not okay if you were male or female. It just wasn't something that was okay, really, socially speaking. Is that something that changed when you guys were growing up, or did you guys also have issues with people calling you nerds?
No, I would say it was the same when I was growing up. I mean, one of the reasons I liked gaming so much was that when I was a kid, I guess I was kind of a nerd, and I was a little weird, and I didn't have a lot of friends. I was bullied, and gaming was just kind of an escape from all that for me. So.
How about you, Fiona?
No, I mean, when I did play games as a kid, it was with my friends or with my cousins. I have a lot of cousins. When I was a kid, I didn't live in the school district where I grew up, so I couldn't really, I didn't live in the school district where I went to school, so I couldn't really play with friends after school from school. So I hung out with my cousins, or just my sister and I would, try to keep ourselves entertained, and video games was a way to do that.
Now, something that was brought to my attention at one point by a friend of mine who is also a female gamer, she had said that one of the hardest things for her to deal with when she was younger, and not just when she was really young, but also college and even recently, really, was that games was sort of her haven. It's what she loved to do, because she was also a very big nerd. And it was rough because she would turn to that crowd for companionship and for finding a friend who has the same interests, and then she would get treated kind of like crap because she was a girl. Did you have any experiences like that yourselves?
I did not. I played with either my guy cousins, or I played with a lot of girls, actually.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever really had that experience. I mean, especially with WoW, there were a lot of other women that I played with, and I never really experienced a lot of, like sexism or just rude comments from other players.
Roby, you played a lot of EQ back in the day. Well, you've been playing MMOs probably the longest here, I would imagine.
Yeah, that's probably true.
I mean, did you ever notice anything or see anything that you that could be considered sexist, or at the very least ignorant?
Yeah, I mean, but not. I don't know. It wasn't crazy in EverQuest, because in EverQuest there was no like. This was back in the day before there was even a lot of like TeamSpeak or any other like voice protocols over the internet. So everything was typed out pretty much. So anybody could be anybody. You couldn't really tell. And I know like there was a friend I made in EverQuest back in the day, and it was a female shaman, female barbarian shaman. And I remember that like we'd been playing together for like a year, and then one day she came and was like, "I need to tell you something." And I'm like, "Okay, what's up?" And she's like, "I'm actually a dude." I'm like, "Okay." I actually don't care. Are you gonna heal me still?
Are you gonna heal me?
We're good to go. Then. Who cares? But she's like, oh, I thought maybe you were just being nice to me because I was a girl. And I'm like, I don't care. Just throw those heels and everything will be fine. So I don't know. There were a fair amount of women who would say they were women in EverQuest, and it seemed to be okay for the most part. I mean, you had some people who were like, well, that's girls. They don't understand how to play or whatever, but it wasn't that bad, I didn't think, overall.
I think what I see mostly, I don't see a lot of outright sexism or outright just name calling. What I see is a lot of special treatment a lot of times where someone who is thought to be a girl, because most times before voice protocols, it's kind of a crapshoot.
It was popular in EverQuest to start a female tune because people would give you free stuff if they thought that you were a girl.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah,
But,
that went around a lot.
Now here's, I don't know if you've been in these situations, Apocalypse or Fiona, where you feel like maybe you've gotten special treatment because you're female.
All the time.
All the time. Okay, so that's perfect. Because the question is then, I mean, do you look at that and go, I don't want to be treated differently, or do you look at that and go, you know what, it's their prerogative?
I think it depends on the situation. If it's not hurting anybody else, then I don't have a problem with it. But if I am well aware of the fact that I'm getting special treatment because I'm a female and it is causing other people to not get the same or a fair advantage, then I do have a problem with it.
Mm.
I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's a good answer. I would definitely agree with you on that.
Seems way too reasonable for the internet.
It's funny. Daniel Tosh, I think it's Daniel Tosh. He has a joke where he says, being an ugly girl is like being a guy. You have to work for what you get, or something like that.
That sounds like something Tosh would say.
Yeah.
That's a Tosh joke.
That's a Tosh joke, all right. But I don't personally have, obviously, too many personal experiences with, I guess, interacting or treating women differently, but it has been, I don't know, I shouldn't say that. There's been a couple guild breakups over stuff like this, I guess. But,
guild drama.
Guild drama.
Over ladies?
Yes.
I suppose you're correct about that, but
at some point I'll tell the story on the podcast. I don't think this is the time for it, but it's pretty fun.
I think this is a perfectly good time for it. Let's tell
not,
it.
it's not a time. It's not a time.
Yeah.
It's not the time for
What do
it.
you think, Fiona?
Yeah, what do you
think it's
ladies think?
Let's tell the story, Apal. We should tell the story, I think.
You can tell it. I'm not telling it.
Well, I remember it differently from you, apparently, because I don't remember being a lady-based breakup, but...
Okay.
We left because Anzo's a dick.
Okay, maybe you're right. Basically, the whole deal went down is this is standard. If any of you have played MMOs and been with a guild and raided a bunch, you'll understand guild drama and what happens. It's silly. It's silly at the very least. But more or less, we had a guild leader whose name was Anzo. He was a jerk about stuff. We left and took all his best people.
Because that's what you do when you break up a guild. You steal all the best people.
Right.
You didn't really break up the guild if you take everyone with you.
You take the bank and you take the best people.
No, bro, you don't steal their stuff. That's messed up. You let Anzo keep his stuff. It's important to him.
Right.
Well, speaking on that subject, this is just going to tell you guys how terrible of a person I am, because one of the people that left was his girlfriend.
Oof.
Oh, nice.
Because of me. So...
Yeah. Boom.
Because I'm a terrible person. It was a terrible, terrible person thing to do. But, anyway, long and short of it, let's get back to the topic, shall we, you buttholes?
Fair enough.
Let's see. I had a whole list of things here, and Okay, so I guess let's get back up to the streaming now, and now you're much more in the public eye than probably you've been in the past as far as gaming is concerned. I'm assuming, anyways. I guess what kind of issues do you deal with really on Twitch during your streams, if any, that you feel are problems? Well, start with Fiona. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I'm like, who's going to talk first? Well, obviously, and I think Apa will agree, the most prominent problem would be the trolls that come in and, they want to get a rise out of the streamer and or the people who are chatting by, making comments about, I would say most of the time are boobs, or coming in or saying, oh, you're just a cam whore, or requesting that you make your camera zoom in more, or they'll say things like, can you jump up and down, or, obviously, take off your shirt, and it's just like, I mean, do they really think that because they say take off your shirt, we're going to be like, oh, you're right, let me stop playing the game and take my shirt off real quick because somebody asked me to. I mean, it's just,
request.
Yeah, it's just, it's absolutely ridiculous, but the problem is that when they come in, it honestly does not really bother me. It bothers me when everybody else has to make a comment about it, and then the entire chat turns into, talking about that one person, because then you're, what's called feeding the trolls. You're letting them know that what they're saying is affecting the streamer and affecting the chat, and so then they have control over everybody's attention, and that's exactly what they want.
Broke it down right there.
Now Apa can add, because I'm sure she has more to say on it.
I mean, it's the same exact thing, trolls coming in, doing their thing. Another thing I thought about that's kind of a side of it that you guys probably don't really realize is that sometimes privately, when you're not streaming, people will do really inappropriate things. Like...
in real life?
No, like, send things like Twitch messages and things.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
I was going to ask about that, yeah.
For instance, someone donated one day and then sent me a message, like, demanding Skype shows.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Yeah.
I had someone message me on Twitch and say, if I donate, I forget how much money he said, to your stream, will you send me pictures of your feet?
Yeah.
And I was like, ew, I didn't even respond.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh
Just sending pictures that I don't really want to receive, that sort of thing. So
now, Apa, you do Snapchat.
I do Snapchat, yes.
I am terrified to even try that. How is that going for you?
It's not as bad as I thought it would be. I thought there would be more pictures sent that I didn't want to, but there have only been a couple times where that happens.
Oh, you can say it.
Let me put it out. Let me put it out for the record for any males who are listening right now. No female wants to see a picture of your junk ever. It's not, never. We are never interested in seeing a picture of that, so just don't send it. It's not something we're interested in. It's never gonna, get you a date with us or any kind of attention from us other than, oh my God, that's disgusting. We don't want to see it.
But on the flip side of that, it has been a really awesome way to get to know people better and really make friends, and it's a way to stay in touch with everyone too and let them know when you're streaming and what's going on. So I'd say it's been a really positive thing, like 95% of the time.
Well, that's an okay percentage, I suppose. Something I wanted to talk to you specifically about Apawcalypse. I know that people, and you know what, I'm entirely guilty of this, so I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm not, but the something that is sort of cropped up recently in your stream in particular was basically MS painting pictures of screen caps.
Yes.
And I want to know your feelings on this, because I want to know if this is something that is this is all in good fun, and a lot of the people who are doing it, and it's harmless, or is this something where you're like, this is kind of funny, but I'm also pretty uncomfortable?
Oh no, I think it's hilarious, to be honest. I have no problem with it. And it is like people that I know and talk to a lot, so I'm totally okay with it. Nobody's like crossed the line, so.
Right. That's good. That's good, because I've seen that recently, and I'm like, is this okay? I don't know if this is okay.
I mean, if something wasn't okay, I would let you guys know. Like, I would be honest and upfront about it. So.
And you guys have mods too, right?
Oh yeah. We
Yeah.
have to have mods.
Yeah, they probably filter out the majority of the negatives that come through, at least on your streams.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you were talking earlier about how one of the things that annoys you more than the actual troll itself is how the chat can sometimes just go berserk. And a lot of times it seems like when they do this, it is trying to, and I hate to say it this way, but defend your honor, so to speak. Is that action in and of itself just sort of unnecessary or annoying?
I'll let Fiona answer that, because there isn't as much of that in my stream, I would say.
Yeah. Well, I've actually talked to my mods about this. All my mods are male. And I think that, and I don't know if APA can relate to this, I don't know what kind of city you live in, where you are, but, where I live in Southern California, it's very common for when you're out at a bar or a club or anywhere, really. I mean, I could be at the gas station, I could be in the grocery store. Guys are very pushy, and they will say things to you, especially in, bars and clubs. They will, I mean, I've been grabbed, guys will walk by and touch my face, grab me by my waist, say things to me, try to kiss me. So what I've talked to my mods about, and actually when I was in raid call one night with some of my regulars who are all male, just explaining to them that over the internet, it doesn't bother me as much because I'm so used to getting that in person. So in person, they're right there in your face and you have to deal with the situation.
Right.
They're being physical with you. But over the internet, they're words on a chat screen. And so when you put it in that perspective and you look at it related to how you experience things, outside of the internet, then it really isn't that harmful.
Well, first of all, I wanted to say that I know what kind of city Apawcalypse lives in. It's the kind of city where people like to go pee behind you.
Oh, that's right. There's little people, right?
That's just 4th Street.
But I guess when it comes to some of the real life issues that you're having, this sounds like a Roby.
Desensitization.
Thank you. Sometimes my mouth doesn't work. But that you're dealing with now. Do you feel like this is just something where you are desensitized and it's not affecting you as much because you're desensitized to it, or do you feel like, regardless of being desensitized, it's wrong there where it's far more threatening, but it's also wrong, online? Or do you feel like whatever, I really just kind of get over it?
I am desensitized to it, definitely. I mean, I've done a lot of things that have put me into situations where guys are able to make comments to me. For example, I've been a go-go dancer, which I don't know if everybody knows what that is, but you're at a club, you have your clothes on, it's not a stripper. You're on like a speaker box or something and you're dancing. And I've been what's called a promo model, where you represent, like Heineken or Budweiser or some, random alcohol brand, and you walk around and you pass out, things or hand out free shots of alcohol, as free testers, where you're constantly talking to people. So I've put myself in those situations where I've, opened myself up to having guys make comments to me, because I'm putting myself in like a skimpy outfit, or I'm doing this, I don't know how to say this without sounding horrible, but I'm like showing off my looks, you know what I mean, and putting myself out there. And so I do become desensitized to it, but even though it's less threatening on the internet, I still don't think it's right. I don't think that anybody should disrespect anybody in any kind of setting.
Right. It shouldn't matter what you're wearing, or what you're doing. You know, it should never be okay. And I think it shouldn't be okay on the internet either, because it's just gonna make people do it more in real life.
Exactly.
I feel like the internet itself is one of these places where the danger is perhaps understated or underrealized, because I mean there's been a number of recent issues. Huh? What was that?
We've got an echo.
Do we?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't hear it.
Carry on. Sorry.
Oh, see, there's been a number of. Oh wait, now I hear it. I'm not sure.
I hear it as well.
Echo. But anyways, there's been a number of issues recently in the news, like the coincident and stuff like that, and Anita Sarkeesian, where these people are getting doxxed, which is they're getting their information stolen and then released publicly, where they live, their address, their phone number. This information is being released, publicly, and I feel like we need to kind of quash this behavior on the internet just as much as in real life, because I think the threat is just as real, potentially. But anyway, that's my thought process on it. I had another question. I forgot it.
Oh, there's a surprise. You forgot something.
I think I hear the echo coming from APA.
Oh.
I'm sorry,
on
APA.
the podcast.
No.
Do you have speakers?
Yeah.
I think if you mute while you're not talking APA, it'll stop it.
All right.
That's what I'm doing too.
It's better than muting when you are talking. That doesn't work out.
Or forgetting you're on mute.
Or like you do all the time.
Yes.
Anyways, help me here, Ruby. I had a tell me my question. I forgot it. You know what I'm thinking all the time, so you should be able to tell me what's going on.
I really can't tell you what you're thinking right now.
Dude, he's on the beach. He's out having a good time at the banks.
Mm-hmm.
I remember now. Okay, there was actually a really interesting TED Talks that I listened to concerning. Yeah, TED Talks is pretty awesome, but it was concerning the fact that many women, and not just women, but also men, to a lesser degree, I think generally speaking, but not always, can sometimes win the genetic lottery, and when this happens, they can capitalize off of this. I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with that. I think that's perfectly all right for the most part. But there is a line, and what that line is, I don't know exactly, honestly, because it's really such a gray area. Do you yourself, for instance, Apawcalypse, do you deal with anything like that where you feel like perhaps you might be getting something because you're attractive, and how do you feel when that happens? Is it something where you because honestly, I have no experience with it whatsoever. So.
Oh, I mean, for sure. You're totally right. It's so much easier to succeed on, in Twitch and other things, just being an attractive person, especially a female. I've had friends that are streamers and they struggle to get, the same level of viewers and followers as I do, just by virtue of the fact that I am female. It's a little disheartening to me. It makes me sad that that's the case, but I mean, it is part of human nature that we do want to, we prefer looking faces of people that we find attractive, usually of the sex that we're attracted to. So people who tend to be good looking are going to do better, and especially with things like Twitch, where you have such a large male user base in comparison to females. The females that are streaming are going to succeed. So
Exactly.
it's kind of inevitable, but it does kind of disappoint me a bit, and more so than I'm happy about the success that I'm having and that my channel's growing, but at the same time it does sometimes cross my mind if it's just because I'm female and because I'm decent looking. So
I'd say more than decent looking, but good. Way to be modest.
Oh my goodness. You were dancing around that one for a while.
She's like, look, I'm hot, and that's why. No, I'm just kidding.
So, I mean, you can use it to your advantage, but at the same time, I want people to be there because they like me for me, and, they enjoy whatever it is about me, my personality, my sense of humor, my misplays in Hearthstone.
Me too. Yeah, and to go off of what Apaw was saying, I agree with her that it is, we want people to enjoy our streams because of our personalities, and it sounds silly, and I think that it's just kind of a thing with being an attractive female where you want to feel like you bring more to the table than just your looks, and it's hard because it's really hard to know if people are enjoying your company or enjoying your friendship because of the way that you look or because of your personality.
That makes sense. I could understand that.
Well,
Yeah,
I think that... No, go ahead.
Go ahead, Robbie. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. After you.
It was just self-deprecation. It's fine. Go ahead.
I think that, your good looks will get you initial clicks. Like, people will scroll down the page and be like, oh, that chick's hot. I will click on her picture and watch that. But I think if you don't have a good personality or entertaining show, they're not going to stay. So,
See,
I think...
I like to think that you're correct in that theory. However, there are some people that enjoy watching a train wreck, and there's certain streamers, and I'm not going to say who they are, but I think everybody knows who they are, who have become very popular by being horrible people. And
yeah, this is true.
Yeah, it's speaking, arguing with their chatters, and because everybody likes, a train wreck, and it's entertaining to those people. So, I was watching one streamer one day, and, she was basically saying a lot of horrible things to her viewers and basically saying, I'm pretty and you're not, and I'm going to behave this way because I'm pretty. I mean, wow. She didn't say that exactly, but she might as well have. And that's just not the type of person that I am or could ever even pretend to be, even if it gets me, a bunch of followers and a bunch of people watching my stream. I just won't, conduct myself in that manner no matter what.
Can I name them?
That's up to you.
I don't care. There are Twitch,
we spoil
right?
everything. You might as well.
Right.
Yeah, true enough. Well, listen. You were specifically mentioning cam whores earlier, and this is kind of coming full circle back around to this sort of subject. I guess my question is for you guys, what is the definition of that? Because a lot of people have a lot of different ideas. It's very subjective sort of thought process. So, what is the definition of cam whoring? At what point does it become that train wreck?
I have no idea, to be honest. I mean, I think it's kind of one of those things where you know it if you see it, and you know if it's not one. And I know I'm not a cam whore, but I don't know exactly how to describe it. I think that it would just be somebody who is obviously only interested in gaining attention from their looks, but doing it in a whorish kind of way. I don't know, like a sleazy way or trashy way.
Because
I think it has more to do with doing it in an environment that isn't necessarily about your looks. Like the Twitch stream is about you playing your video game, like Hearthstone or whatever else. That's what it's really supposed to be about. But if you're making it all about your looks, then you've started venturing into cam whore territory. in my opinion.
There was one particular streamer, and I don't remember the name, and maybe you guys do, but she was doing something that it blew my mind, because people are working hard towards this idea of equality, between the sexes, and I think gaming is one of the few areas where it can be equal. It's very difficult in a lot of real-world situations because of the inherent differences in sexes and what that means. But in gaming, where it doesn't matter, it's entirely possible. And then I felt like she was doing something that really undermined that, and that was she was first of all, she had a shirt that was low cut almost to her belly button. Number one.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. The second thing is whoever was the highest bidder could be her internet boyfriend.
Oh, yes.
Oh, internet boyfriend, girl.
Yeah.
Now, I don't
special.
even know how to respond I was just blown away, really, by it. It was just so shameless, I guess. I don't want to be like slut shaming somebody, because that's basically what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think shameless is the right word. But yeah, another part of when I think about what a cam whore is, the monetary part is important. So I think of it as, a person who is basically just interested in getting money and using their looks to get money on places like Twitch, and they're not really at all interested in entertaining people or making friends necessarily. They're just interested in, what they can get out of it. Does that make sense?
I agree.
That makes sense, yeah.
I've seen a girl on Twitch once. She didn't have very many viewers or anything when I stumbled upon her page. I don't know how she's doing now. I don't even remember who it was. But her title of her stream was, she was playing Hearthstone, and she said, "I don't know how to play this game, but at least I'm pretty." Wow. And then when you scroll down on her channel, the only thing she had in the middle of her page was a big donate button. And that's it. No about me, no games I played, nothing at all. Just, I don't know how to play this game, but I'm pretty, and donate. I was like, wow.
Yeah, I streamed the other day, and that didn't work out for me so well.
Hey, man, I was there for you.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Did you announce that you were pretty?
I should do that. I should have, yeah.
Did you wear a low-cut shirt and, put your camera really big on, whatever your best feature would be?
If I squeeze hard enough, I could probably get some cleavage going. Maybe.
Tape up, man. Do it.
Tape up. Oh, man. So, I want to reiterate a little bit what Roby said earlier. Personally, to both you, Fiona and Apawcalypse, that I stumbled upon your streams doing what men do, and that's just going through every single stream that looks like there's a female there. I'm not gonna lie, that's exactly, I was absolutely doing that.
Part of the problem.
I think that's what everybody does.
Yeah.
But I said earlier, I mean, it's human nature. Like,
right.
I tend to watch more male streamers. I find it attractive. I won't lie about that.
Yeah, I feel like less of a shithead now. But
Lord.
I stuck around because you guys did have a really good stream. You guys participated and were active with your viewers, and more than that, you were also very entertaining. And I'm learning the game pretty much at the same level you guys are. So it's a fun learning process as well, to be able to sit back and also watch you play and do things that I might have done, but also be able to see it from an outside view, so I can maybe see plays maybe I wouldn't have done, or maybe plays I would have done, and just kind of be able to see it not as this is what you should have done and try and tell you what you should have done in chat. Just see options that I may not have seen had I been playing and overthinking it. So just to let you guys know, you guys do put on a great show, and I think you guys have really good streams.
I'm glad you can learn from my misplays. At least they're good for somebody.
I think the first time I played either one of you both stomped me, so pretty badly. But
yeah, I don't think I've played an actual human being in that game yet. I'm comfortable in my box. Something about going head to head frightens me.
You're all like, get fucked, bots. Take it.
Right. Get wrecked.
Don't feel good, man. Do what you got to do.
Now,
Gotta start somewhere.
I want to talk a bit about what you guys, may or may not be playing in the future. Kind of getting a little off the subject of sexism and just a little bit more into the games you actually play and enjoy. I've seen you play so far, Fiona, Sims and Hearthstone and Diablo 3 specifically.
Yes.
Is there anything particular?
How is Sims 4? Bad things.
Oh yeah, how is Sims 4? That's a good question.
Yeah, I've heard it's bad.
I haven't played a lot of Sims 4. I played it the day it came out. I streamed it for maybe 3 days in a row. I had some fun creating the Sims. I created my mods. That was fun.
ID Rex everything.
But yeah, ID Rex everything. Oh, that guy. But the creating the Sims is a lot different in Sims 4 versus Sims 3. It was actually a little bit more entertaining to create the Sims in Sims 4. But the gameplay itself, it's different. I wouldn't say it's better or worse, but there are a lot less, I don't know. They took away some options. Like you can't build swimming pools anymore.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
The Sims, I don't know.
So you can't drown your Sims anymore?
I guess, yeah. I think that what I'm guessing is that EA wants to have some sort of a swimming pool expansion or something that they can sell to everybody later.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
So that's something that they took away. The Sims no longer have favorites. Like before, you would pick a favorite color, a favorite food. I don't know that really even mattered in the gameplay very much. Anyways, I'm trying to remember what kinds of different. There's something about when you travel through the town that was different, but I can't remember exactly what it was. And then also, I was disappointed that because I have almost all of the expansions for Sims 3. And I really was enjoying Sims 3 Supernatural and then Call It or University Life. Those were my two most recent favorites. And I kind of was hoping that Sims 4 would have a lot of those features in it, and it did not. It's like buying Sims 3 by itself, and now I know they're just going to release a bunch of expansions that we're going to have to buy.
They gotta get that money.
Shell out for it, man.
Yeah. But so specifically, I have been kind of getting into Here's the Storm. I'm in technical alpha for that, which is the Blizzard MOBA. Yeah, they made their own MOBA. I don't know if you've watched or played any League of Legends at all or enjoy it.
I have watched. I have played through the tutorial. I only did it once, though, and it was before I even played D3. So I think I was just too brand new to even understand the way that the game was working. If I tried to play it now, I might enjoy it a little bit more.
Well, that's unless you're talking to the community.
Right, yeah. That's what I've heard. I've heard that it's a pretty rough community.
The only community worse than that is probably Dota.
I've heard really bad things about Dota as well.
Yeah, their community is so just acerbic and angry about everything.
Yeah, they have all the anger of the League of Legends community mixed with a lot of elitism.
Right, because it's Dota and it's more difficult.
Yeah.
But
that's the best.
I was wondering if either of you had any interest in playing Heroes of the Storm in the future, specifically. The Blizzard.
I have not. I honestly have not watched it. I haven't seen anybody play it, so I'll need to look into it. I've heard good things.
I mean, potentially.
Potentially. Well, we know you're going to be playing Alien in Isolation pretty soon.
Yeah, right? And I did get Outlast too, so I'm excited. But yeah, the thing with me is, since I'm in school still, I'm incredibly busy. And I hardly have time just to, stream a little bit of Hearthstone, and just, the thought of learning new games, several new games, is just,
Yeah, I'm in the same boat.
It's like I want to so badly, but just the time, necessary, it's just not there. So I'm hoping, maybe over the winter break, or I hope not until next summer, but at some point I'll have time to branch out more.
That's the dream.
Yeah, that is the dream. So.
Now, Apocalypse, I talked to you a little bit about this last night, but let's say you guys start getting like some serious viewership. Is partnershiping something that you'd seriously consider? There are a lot of people who make their living, Trump specifically, Hafu,
Paul's boyfriend.
Right.
I just had to say that live on the internet.
That make their living off of this. Is this something that you would be interested in doing, or is this sort of like a lot of people, just something you do for fun, and it's fun to interact with people and just kind of share your love of games?
I mean, I would say it's something that I do for fun. I would be interested in partnership, but I don't know that it would be, the main central thing in my life and the way that I would make money, because I do have other interests that I'm pursuing in school, and I do have plans for a career along that path. So,
like mummy pubes?
Like mummy pubes, yes, exactly.
Inside joke.
Probably like the weirdest thing for anyone who's listening. So.
Yeah.
I don't have any idea what the inside joke is, but it doesn't sound that weird to me.
Yeah. I feel like I've heard worse.
It's perfectly normal.
I'm open to the idea of partnership. I don't see why not. But again, like Apa said, I can almost say without a doubt that there's no way that Twitch would ever be my main source of income or my full-time job. I don't know. I really love what I do for a living now, and I want to continue pursuing that. And I wish there was more time in the day, and then I could probably do everything I wanted to do. But unfortunately, I need to sleep and eat, and that kind of gets in the way.
Sleeping and eating.
Right? What's that?
Yeah, these are concepts that are foreign to me.
That's not true. If you've seen us, we know all about eating.
Yeah, we're no strangers to food.
We're no strangers to food. But I guess personally, I mean, we're obviously just starting out on Twitch, and I feel like if you're a male streamer, 9 times out of 10, you have to be really, really good at the game. You have to be really, really good at the game to getting any kind of notoriety. And quite frankly, that's not different for females either. I think many women who stream, do so, and they get some money from it, and they, it's just sort of extra income, but it's not their livelihood. I think the ones that, like Hafu, who makes your livelihood off of it, are also very, very good at the game as well.
You'd almost have to be, yeah.
So it's one of those situations where I think that sexism doesn't really play too much of a part as it could, I guess. It's a little bit more. You just have to be good. You just have to be good at the game.
Right. I think if you're good at the game, and then you're also a female, and you're also very attractive, then boom, you've got it.
The magic worked.
Right. But that somebody like Trump, who I think is an amazing Hearthstone player and actually a really nice person. He's a male, and I think he has a lot of viewerships, and people really respect him because of the way that he plays the game and the way that he handles himself on stream. Also.
Oh, let's come. You're downplaying it a little bit, Fiona. I think Trump is the male. The male.
Yeah. I agree with you.
Right.
And he came into my stream. He's gone into Apa's stream, and he came into my stream once, and it was incredibly exciting. And I got incredibly nervous that he was there, and of course started losing all of the games that I was playing, because you feel like, oh my gosh, it would be like playing, you're playing on a Pee Wee football league, or you're playing T-ball, and then here comes a major league baseball player to come and watch your game. I mean, that's kind of how it felt for me when he came into my stream. I was a little bit starstruck.
No, did he not come into your stream as well, Apocalypse?
Yeah, he's come in like 2 or 3 times, and every time I have a little heart attack.
Yeah, it's nerve-wracking when he comes in. I was more than happy to have him there, and I actually took the opportunity and asked him which legendary I should craft, and did it right there on stream per his recommendation.
What legendary was that?
Karen.
Of course, that's great. Yeah. Great choice.
Yeah.
Now, I want to talk a little bit about.
I have no idea.
What you don't know? You don't know?
You have to play against real people, and then you'll know.
Yeah. But
you probably haven't seen rare cards yet, Riot, so it's cool, man.
Look, all I know is I've got a hunter deck and a mage deck that have, I think,
doing
they have
the
12
tutorial
cards.
still.
Right.
Right.
No. I'm playing games.
There you are, bro. Yeah, that's right. You're a big boy.
Right.
But what I actually really, really respect about Trump is his. I mean, I don't. It's not that I'm. This sounds like a giant Trump bandwagon, and you know what it is. But there's something behind it. The guy really supports the community. He really supports other streamers. And it's fantastic. And I'm, really, really. I've been watching him pretty much since he started streaming for the most part.
Oh wow.
And him and one other streamer I still watch, who unfortunately he was in the beta, but unfortunately he didn't really quite have the skills to make it into the pro scene. Yeah, but it was Noxious, who I also enjoy watch streaming a lot as well. He's pretty entertaining guy. But I just really respect the people who really support the scene, because that's we're kind of fighting to have this still. I mean, gaming as a major league is really still in its infancy, and it's nice to have people who are talented, who are well known, really support the scene, and it helps bring up morale and encourages people to stream and to share and to kind of get the ball rolling. So I'm a big fan. Big fan. But let's see, what time is it here? We are just about an hour. Yeah, we're at an hour. I guess I want to thank the both of you for coming. I really do appreciate it. It's been nice to kind of really get a better look at the side that we don't see, and hopefully some better understanding for everybody who's watching or listening rather. Or
Thank you for inviting us. We appreciate it.
Anytime. Come back whenever.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you guys have anything that you want to, talk about, or anything that's, feel free to send me a message or send these guys a message, and definitely let us know, because we struggle every week to figure out something to talk about.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure if you come into either one of our streams and ask people for topics they'd like to hear about, I'm sure that people would be more than happy to give you their suggestions, and I can also ask the viewers as well, and I'm sure Apaw wouldn't mind doing this because I know she's just that kind of a down chick, that we would ask them, what kinds of things would you like to hear us, if we go back onto the podcast, what kind of things would you like to hear Apaw and I talk about?
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, thanks a ton for showing up, and thanks for everybody who tuned in to listen. We appreciate you guys. If you like, go ahead.
I just gonna say, do you guys want to go ahead and give your address, like your Twitch address?
Oh geez, what is it? Let me look it up.
I mean, we can put it on the Facebook as well, but I mean, here's an opportunity if you want.
It's on the Facebook page right now.
Oh, is it?
It's on our
is it?
It's on the Facebook page. You guys can find us on Facebook at RSG Podcast or Random Subject Generator. Also, their links to their Twitch channels will also be in the description for the video once it gets posted to YouTube. So look there as well. I guess that's just about it, unless you guys had anything to add.
No. I was just about to say I'm about to stream right now. If y'all don't have anything to do.
Oh, nice. I will try to join Apaw. I'm not streaming tonight. I'm going to try to stream tomorrow night, but I will definitely stream on Saturday. I will always tweet before I'm going to stream so that people know.
Oh, we'll put your Twitter up there then too.
Okay. Well, everybody go and watch Apaw's stream tonight. She's incredibly entertaining, and you know what? You need to enjoy her personality, not just her stunning good looks.
my decent looks.
Oh my gosh.
She's all right. She's all right. Come on, she's incredibly beautiful, but you need to appreciate the person underneath all that beautiful.
That's true. This is true.
It is.
And you guys should appreciate everything underneath the fat that I have.
I've seen what's under there. It's,
That's for a different podcast.
Yeah, that's a different podcast. It's for our MRA podcast. Oh my gosh. But okay. Again, guys, thanks a lot.
Did you say our MRA podcast?
Yeah, our MRA podcast.
I didn't even know we did that one. That's cool.
We're not doing that one. I don't know what you're talking about. Ryan, why don't you take us out, man?
All right. Thank you both for coming out again. Enjoy us, and thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed it. Catch us next week, same time. Until then, have a good week.